All right, so we're in the finals of week two, and I'm facing off against Argon Nimbus. We are more or less evenly matched up. He does have a little bit of GP on me, but in terms of G11, G12, Zetas, we are pretty even there. I would say even in terms of mods, it's got a slight edge on 6C mods, but more or less even, I would say. And just looking at the stats, the offensive and defensive stats, I checked up on Argon Nimbus's stats a little earlier today. It seems that they're pretty offense heavy. They don't seem to have as many defensive holes and all that. So I think so. My strategy to go was to go slightly defense heavy, which I'll talk about a little later once we evaluate the defenses. So on the overall, I think at the end of the second week or 3 weeks, if you count the first exhibition match, I think the matchmaking has definitely been much better since the first 17 seasons of the regular Grand Arena that we had. I've been more happy with the level of competition that I'm getting. Where I really think there's a gap is the global ranking. So the individual matchmaking is fine. It's the global ranking where I think there's definitely a gap. And this is what I mean by that. So if you take a look at the global leaderboards, you have I'm at 16,300 right now, and I won all my Grand Arena matches, and we've got folks who are at almost 19,000 at the top, and going down to about, even if you go down to the top 50, it's about 18,000. So it's about 1,700 points more than me, and a lot of that is just efficiency. I haven't completed a few feats, so that could be it as well. But efficiency wise, we've got tons of people who've been winning with 1900 points to 1920 points. And me, I've been facing all Division 1 opponents, and I just haven't been able to get that efficiency up there. So it the ranking, in my opinion, just comes down to who your opponent is, and if they set a tough defense, then you are going to take a hit in the leaderboard, especially if you're not able to clear a section. That I think has a huge impact on your rankings. But your goal should be winning number one, because 1,000 points is the best thing that you can get out of a match. Number two goal should be clearing the section. After winning, you have to at least clear the board, because 180 points per section that you clear, that is huge again. And then obviously you have to try to clear efficiently, and try to complete your feats. Those are secondary objectives, but winning should be a number one objective, and clearing the board should be a number two objective. So let's take a look at the oh yeah, and the other thing I want to talk about was Division 2. It's just cutthroat competition out here. As I mentioned in the beginning of my first week of this Grand Arena, the Division Two is going to be extremely more competitive, just because of the quality of opponents that you get, as compared to Division One, where you have more tougher opponents, and the efficiency at an all-up level is going to be much lesser. So just to give you an example, the number 50 person in Division Two has got 17,884 banners or championship points. 7,884. So 7,884 would get that person rank 11 if they were in Division 1. So the 50th ranked person in Division 2 is 11 in Division 1 for the same number of banners, which is why I've been trying to aggressively grow my GP to get myself bumped into Division 1, because I think the ranking is just going to be so much easier in Division 1 for the same kind of opponents that I'll be facing, because I've just been facing Division 1 opponents. So that's something that I really want to do. All right, so let's go out and take a quick look at the feats, because there were a couple of new ones before we go on to the actual battles. So we have a couple of new ones added over here, which is Fleet Cadet and Galactic Dissident. Fleet Cadet to win some arena battles. Fleet, that shouldn't be a problem, but we've got only a day left on that, a couple of days. So that's something that I can probably get completed today. We've got another one with Squad of Fleet Arena, which is winning with a Separatist unit. So that's I'll have to take in my Grievous squad if I see a Jedi Knight Revan, or go in with my Geos if I'm able to beat a fleet with that. Um, and then Three of a Kind. This one was something which came in just yesterday, I think. Winning with three clone troopers. Now this is going to be a problem unless you come up with some weak teams. What I might do is if I come up with a weak team and I still have my Galactic Republic left, I might just take in Padme with C-3PO and the clones, and hopefully they'll be able to knock down a weak team. So that's my goal with that one. And it's very interesting that they've left only three and a half, about 4 days for this particular feat, which means that you only have two Grand Arena battles to get this feat completed. This one, and then the first one of the next Grand Arena week, which means that people are going to see this, and if they face tough opponents that they might not feel confident on their clones on, they're either going to level up their clones or gear up Shakti, or maybe add a Zeta or two on that, and spend a lot of resources trying to get this feat completed in time for before the lock of the next Grand Arena week. So it's a clever way of CG to get clones geared up in a short time crunch, like within a couple of days. So my clones are G11, but I haven't modded them at all except for Rex, so I'll have to figure something out. They did help me to take out a lone Grievous team in my last Grand Arena match, if you've seen the one I posted yesterday. So I think that should be doable. Then you've got a few others, Fist of the Separatists. Yeah, I've kept my Geo team on offense this time just to try to complete some of this feat. And then the Galactic Republic, I always keep them on offense, so I should be able to complete this with 10 days left to go. Okay, so let's move over to my current matchup. I'm matched up with the Argon Nimbus, who's from the Guild Alliance IOTA. Pretty decent roster, very similar to mine. It's got a few more G13s. Well, actually, it's got the same number of G13s as me, and but pretty decently modded team and pretty well geared. So let's just jump into the battle, and we can see what we need to do. Okay, so my opponent hasn't kept any of the Revens on defense, at least in the front. But let me talk a little bit about my defense first. I have kept my Darth Revan at the top. So what I've done this time is my two toughest teams I've kept in the front, and each of them paired with one weak trick team. So in this case, in this particular zone, I've kept my Darth Revan with Marauder, and the trick team that I've kept over here, which especially in an efficiency game, you want something in there where you want your opponent to overkill so that they have less for your back zone. So setting a team that they haven't faced before is a great idea. Like in this example, I've kept my Rex with Scoundrels, which is, in my opinion, more superior to Karth with Scoundrels. Karth with Scoundrels can easily be controlled. You can, usually they don't have as much speed, so you can get faster than them and then try to take them out one by one. But with Rex, the problem is anytime that you try to take out any of the team members, you end up giving your opponent a lot of turn meter because of Rex lead, and that ends up causing these guys to go quite a lot, and almost all of these guys have got AoEs, so that'll just help reduce the efficiency even if it gets one shot. So that's the combination of the one tough team, one trick team that I have in the first zone. And on the zone below, I've got my tough team is the Grievous team, G13 Grievous, full droid, and then the trick team is Newt with Dooku and Nest. So I didn't keep my Jedi Knight Revan on defense this time on the front. I typically keep both Revans on defense, but I decided to keep my Revan for offense just because I've been facing a lot of opponents with G13 General Grievous, and I wanted to have a one-shot victory against that. And right now, Jedi Knight Revan is the cleanest way to do that. Um, Traya is especially against G13 Grievous with the Zeta on B1, B2. Traya teams, even with Thrawn, they have a tough time. And I actually lost against that in one of my matches before. So that's why I thought I'll save my Revan over there. So the tough team over here is the Grievous team, and then the trick team is the Newt with Dooku and Nest. Now over here, I've also kept a couple of other characters who go on stealth, Acolyte and Leia, and once they go on stealth, they remain in stealth. The main goal of this team is basically to get into stealth. Newt gets turned into stealth. Dooku gets into stealth as well um, with um, with his Makashi ability, and then you have Nest, who's able to go and apply days and mass days and just tank the team out while the other four are in stealth. So I'm hoping he takes at least a JTR or a relatively tough team against that. So that's my front zone, and at the back I've kept. I've kept my sisters over here, and I've kept my EP team. Hopefully, they've exhausted Traya or JTR by now. And then at the top, I've kept my Django team and my Kira prepared team. Again, just in an attempt to take down some banners on efficiency and all of that. The Django team, especially with the thermals, it can get pretty troublesome. My goal is to not let my opponent have more than 55 banners per match. So that would give them an efficiency of, let's see, 1880. So getting 55 banners per match gets you exactly 1880. So my goal is to restrict my opponent to less than 1880, and myself, on offense, I need to go as efficient as possible, close to 60 per match, which works out to be about 1920. So that should be my goal in this match. So as I mentioned, my opponent has not kept any of the Revens on defense, and I don't think they would be at the back because if you have your Revens and you set them in defense, you should always keep them in the front. No point keeping it at the back. So I can safely go offense heavy and try for efficiency. So he's got a sisters team and crew over here, but we're going to start at the bottom and complete. We've got a well-geared Bosk team and a Karth team over here. So we're going to start with the Karth team, and there's no Zeta on mission, so it doesn't look as threatening, but there is Wampa in there. So I'm going to start with the Karth team, and I'm going to go with my first order to take those guys out. All right, and I'm not going to go undersized because my policy is unless I see what's at the back, I try to go full and try to go for maximum banner 60. I don't want to risk undersized party. All right, so I'm going to stun Wampa. There's no Juhani, so there's really no fear of the cleanse happening, which is great. All right, let me start working on Candrass. Okay, let's try to dispel Zalbar when we can. So he's okay. So let me just keep going against these guys. Okay, Zalbar is going to take a little while. I think we have a dispel now. Let's try to get rid of Candrass. Okay, healing immunity there. Let's dispel Zalbar again, and now let's try to finish off Candrass because he can get troublesome with his AoEs. Okay, now I'm going to try to stun Wampa because I don't want him getting Daze out. Daze completely neutralizes the first order team, so that's something that you always have to be careful about. Now that since we've got him stunned, might as well finish off Wampa. And we're reaching the end stage, so at this point we should be looking to maximize our banners. Let me stun Karth. Okay, so that's a problem now. If I attack Wampa, he's going to end up countering. So, all right, let me just continue with Zalbar for now and try to stun Wampa. Okay, took him out. Now I've got full health and full protection on everyone, so this should be fine. We'll just end it now and end with full health and full protection, 60 banners, which is great. Okay, so that went off well. So again, the goal is 60 banners per match. And then once we see what's at the back, then we can see if we want to go undersized or not. Against this, I'm going to take JTR. I have left enough on offense for me, especially since I've saved my Revan as well. So I can just afford to take my JTR in here. I don't really need Holdo, but she does have a protection recovery, and that's the reason I include her in. Her daze is really not needed in this team, but the only reason I use Holdo is because my Finn is not yet developed. He's only G9 or something, and Finn is great in terms of protection recovery, but in his absence, I think Holder does a fine enough job. Okay, let's clear this from. All right, now let's stun Bosk or Boba and work on him. And let's land some AoE. And now let's work on Boba. He's gone. Let's actually stun Greedo. His hit can land a stun. Okay, that's fine. Let's finish off Greedo. I think Greedo is the weaker of the two between Cad and Greedo. Cad has got a lot of protection naturally, so Greedo should be easy to take out. So I didn't wave Boss because he has ability block, so he should be harmless for now. Let me land a big hit over here and land a stun. And keep working on Cad. Big hit. Okay, this should take out both Cad and Greedo. Okay, now we can reduce boss turn meter a little more. Let's try to take out a little more of the health and protection from Bosk. Okay, now we can let's save her heal for the end because we may need to top up someone. Okay, let's keep working on him. I think almost everyone is at full health and protection with the exception of Holdo. Let's see if we can't get. No, I don't think we can get full protection on her. Oh yeah, I think we did. I think there was just a little bit left, but it does count a little bit below full health and full protection as full. So that's a good thing to have. Okay, so let's see what's at the back. Oh, we have a really weak team over here. We can afford to overkill. This is great. We can end up getting a few more than 60 points out here. That's not going to be an issue. My only concern is I want to see if Grievous or the bugs are out here at the back. My opponent could have saved Grievous and the bugs on offense just to complete that separatist feat, but in any case, I want to save my Padme and my Traya for what's at the back, maybe even my CLS. Okay. What do we want to use against these guys? So I can go with the first order since Daze really neutralizes them. I can go with my Basti team, my Basti Wampa team, and this one I can afford to go undersized. Do I have a Jedi that I can afford to use as a tank? Okay, I'm going to go in with this guy. Just because he's a tank and he'll help to absorb Screw's first stun and leave the others free to do damage. And he's got a dispel as well. So let's go in with that. Okay, so I'm going to go after first order TIE pilot and finish him off, and then apply some AoE daze. There we go. So the stun has been absorbed. Oh, this is beautiful. G13 Wampa is a thing of beauty. Okay, let's dispel that. And let's try to finish off first order executioner. Everything feels like an overkill when you go in with a G13 Wampa. Okay. So luckily we have a lot of protection to bonus protection, which will help us land full health and full protection at 61. So that helps us with our undersized feat as well. And on sisters, what do I want to use? Let's go back and see what's at the bottom over here. Yeah, we have a very weak trooper team and a rebel team. It shouldn't be a problem at all. Okay. I could use my Padme against this. I think my opponent, even if they've saved Grievous, I have enough to take out Grievous with my Traya. And what else do I have? Let's take a look. Well, I have my Geos as well. I have my Geos. I have my Jedi Knight Revan. Oh yeah, I've got Jedi Knight Revan for Grievous, and I've got Traya, so that shouldn't be a problem. So I think I can afford to use Padme over here against the sisters. Yeah, that should be enough. I initially wanted to use my Geos against them just for the feat, but Padme is a much safer bet, especially since we saw that the back doesn't really hold much defense. So let's just go ahead with an undersized Padme party, and oh, but you know what? I wanted to use the clones since I've got some weak teams over here at the back. I think I can use Padme with the clones on one of these to complete that feat. Let's see what else we can use if not Padme. Maybe I should have used my Wampa over there. Oh, you know what? Let me just go with the original plan of using my Geo team against these sisters. It should work as long as I time my heal for after plague. I think this one should work. All right, let's just go ahead and see what happens. So they're going to go first. End up dispelling a lot. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to land ability block on Talzin so that plague doesn't go out. So we didn't land ability block yet, but I'm going to call Poggle and see if yeah, there we go. So we have landed ability block. So plague is not going to go out. So that's the reason I modded my Poggle for a lot of potency. Okay, ability block there as well. Let's dispel that. And what does this do? Offense down. What do we have over here? Potency. So plague is going to go out now. Okay, this one will cleanse everyone. Yep. So last time I failed with my Geos against the sisters because I had only one cleanse on Brood, and he was ability blocked. So this time we have two cleanses, which is great. All right, now we can use the heal ability. Oh, I wasted it on zombie. Okay, let's try to get Mother Talzin out because she's the main threat with plague. I think we can land a big hit on Asajj to take her out. Oh, we should have actually finished off Talzin or Daka, either one of those. Let's finish up Daka. She's problematic. On the plus side, we do get a few extra kills with Separatists, so that should help us with our quest. Let's finish off. Okay, what does this do? Dispel all buffs. Okay. Potency up and expose them. I'm not able to get healed down in time. So I am going to end up losing some health and some protection on banners. Maybe I think I might even end up with 50 banners, if not 55, just because all of them seem to be a little low on health. Damn. Okay. No, 55. At least we managed to get full health on everyone. So that's the downside of geos. You can't always time them to end up with full health and full protection always. You either get 60 banners or 55 banners or 50 banners. So it's always a little tricky to time that. But I think we did manage to get quite a few of our kills with separatists. So let's go and take a look at the feat to see how much we are able to get. Let's see what's at the back over here. Oh, really weak. My opponent went extremely heavy on offense. So, okay, so I think we should be able to get it, try to go for at least 1920 in this match, and that should put some pressure on my opponent. So we were left with the 12 Oh yeah, we're almost there. So when we started off before the Geonosian battle, we were at 12 out of 24 on defeating enemy units in the with Separatist character, and now we're at 23 out of 24. So we just need to have one other victory with a Separatist character in the next 5 days, and we're done. So this is great. This gives me the flexibility to go ahead and keep both my Geos and my General Grievous on defense, and uh, and then just take Newt and Dooku on offense to finish off one more character. So this is great. So I can do that because both these teams are really great on defense, Newt and General Grievous, and you can as you just saw over here, the Geo team is even though it's very powerful on offense and can take out a lot of buff based teams, there's a really high chance that you end with less banners, 55 or sometimes even 50, which is why always better to they have more value on defense. All right, now it's going to be a simple job of cleanup. Let's see what we have to take these guys out. We have Revan, we have Traya, we have Padme, and we have CLS. And I'm going to take in the weakest team first. I want to complete that clones quest. So I want to go to the weakest team and use Padme against that to to get my clones quest done. Do I need to go undersized on the clones quest, or let me see how many undersized feats I have left. Galactic Republic. Undersized squads, I just have 5 left. So yeah, and we've got 15 days for that, so I'm not too worried about that. I can do 3 today and then a couple more later. So we can afford not to go undersized on the Padme quest. Okay, the clones quest, because I don't know after this when I'll get to face an opponent with such light defense. So it's just this battle and the next battle that I have to complete the clone quest. So might as well do it now. The This team looks weak, the trooper team. So let me just go in with my clones over here. Who do I take in? Should I take in Grievous or General Kenobi? Or protection up, and courage. Who would be the best? Would it be C3PO or maybe Snips? Snips could be good. All right. And then let's go in with 3 clones. We've got 5s. Echo dispels a lot and his AoE is one of the highest dealing damage AoEs in the game. And Clone Sergeant, yeah, I think I could use the bump up in offense over here. So these guys might not end up with full health and full protection, but the additional banners that I'll get from completing the feat will be worth it in the end. So yep, so I think as long as I get protection up, these guys should be fine. Okay, let's go in and see how this does. Maybe I should have taken an Annie. Okay, let's use a basic to dispel that. And let's target the weakest one. Okay. Let's dispel all the buffs and reduce some turn meter and finish off. Okay, I've got 4 stacks. Let me land a stun on Death Trooper. He's the most dangerous. Let's see if he can't finish off range. Okay. Let's go after Stark. Well, actually, Death Trooper might be a better idea to finish off. Okay. Yep, this shouldn't be a problem, but I think I'm going to end up with probably 55 banners because these guys have no way of recovering health and protection. 56, okay. That's fine. We at least got the quest completed. Let's go in there and make sure that we have the quest completed. There we go, 3 of a kind. Yeah, there's no guarantee I'm going to face an opponent with a weak defense in the next match because you just have 2 matches to get the clone quest completed. And Padme is the best leader for the clones, no doubt. All right, now let's go in and finish off the rest of the battles. And we can afford to go undersized for the rest of them as well. On this one, I'm going to use my Traya on the Kira team. Traya with Thrawn. Yep. So we've got CLS, we've got Traya, and we've got JKR. I should have probably kept my JKR on defense. I was sure my opponent was going to keep his Grievous team on defense because he had a G13 Grievous, but looks like he did not. Yeah, this is fine. I don't want to go too undersized, although I can afford it. But yeah, I'm just planning to get a one shot with everything. Okay, so let's actually put an isolate on L3 and fracture Zam because she has a lot of thermals, which we don't want messing up our efficiency. And then let's see if we can't get rid of Kira. Well, let's actually go after Vandor. Days there. Okay, let's just get rid of him. And let's top up a few folks. Maybe, so Scion can recover his own protection. I'm just going to top off Traya. There, that's what I do not want. Thermals. That's okay, we can recover health and protection on these guys pretty soon. Because L3 is going to take a little while to die. So one way to recover protection on Scion is by using a special, but a special you can only recover protection only if the enemy has pain. So that's why I'm not going to attack Zam. I'm going to attack L3 and recover some protection there. And then I should probably, I don't know if I can stall it out longer. There we go. Now let's pass it on to Traya, so at least 3 of them end with full health and full protection. 60 banners, yep, exactly 3 of them ended with full health and full protection. Okay, as long as we're averaging 60, I'm fine. My goal is 1920 in this game. I'll probably be closer to 1918 or so, just because I've had a few matches with 55, 56 banners. I'll probably be closer to 1915 or 1910. So what do I use against these? Got CLS and Revan, which is the tougher team, and I can definitely 3-man these teams. Let's go CLS against these guys. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, who do we get rid of first? Let's try to get rid of Chirrut, because he has these heals and counters which can get irritating. And then let's get rid of Wedge. Okay, so far we've I wasn't able to get full health and full protection. I wanted to be able to use this call to action, but that's fine. We'll probably get 61. Okay, and then we just have Jedi Knight Revan to use against this team. Which Galactic Republic do I have left? Wait, let's put in Jedi Knight Revan first, because I want to work a little bit on my Galactic Republic quest as well. Yoda should be more than enough to finish off characters. Let's just go in with my standard Jedi team. Just these 3 will be enough. Wait, what team am I facing again? Yeah, I could use some Dispel, so I think I'll get an Ezra. Okay. Well, you know what? Yeah, I think this is fine. Should be able to end with full health, full protection. Let's finish off Sabine, since she has some irritating AoEs. Spread this around. Oh, dodged. Damn. Okay, she's gone. Let's work on Cassian. I'm avoiding calling the assist because I don't want Revan to kill anyone. I want to use Grandmaster Yoda as much as possible to kill these guys. So I think I've already got about 3 kills with Grandmaster Yoda. Alright, that's kill number 4. I'll be able to get this kill, but Ezra is a little bit below protection. That's fine. I think I got 5 kills with Grandmaster Yoda, who is Galactic Republic, so that should help in that quest. Okay, 61 banners. Now let's take a look at where we ended up. We are at 1914. Okay, that's good. That's a little bit over 59 banners. I think 59 banners is exactly 1912. So we are at 1914. So my opponent would need to get at least 59 banners in all these matches to defeat me. So I think we're safe. There's definitely no way that they're going to get 59 banners versus, even if they take Darth Revan versus Darth Revan, um, and a really good Jedi Knight Revan team up versus Grievous, they're just not going to be able to get full 59 banners in a lot of these matches. So that's why when my opponent has set a light defense, I like to attack early. Right now we're just about an hour into the attack phase. I like to attack early so that I can put a target. I can give a target to my opponent and put them under pressure, because now they know that they have to hit at least 59 banners per match to win, and that's going to be problematic for them. So that's going to end up causing them to make a few more mistakes and screw up in a few more matches. So that is the goal for me, going early and attacking early. It's just because I saw that my opponent has set a light defense and took the chance to put some pressure on them. All right, so we are done with this match, with the second week, and at the end of the second week, I'm pretty confident that this is going to be a win as well. At the end of the second week, let's see where my rank is. I'm at well, obviously a lot of people have yet to do their offense, but I'm on rank 177 right now. I probably might fall down to in the 400s or 500s once everyone has had a chance to do their offense. But yeah, that's where I am right now. I think I'll probably end somewhere in the 200 to 500 rank range, just because I don't have the efficiency required to get into the top 50. But I think I should be okay with that. This is just an exhibition match. Hopefully, they tweak some of these global matchmaking or global leaderboard ranking issues by the next Grand Arena Championship. I'm hoping they tweak it a little bit to not penalize people who face tough opponents as much. All right, so that is it for today's Grand Arena. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will catch you guys in a couple of days for week 3 of Grand Arena Championships. I'll see you guys later.